The cat is back.
Huh. I don't hear you in X.
See, now this worked last week, but it's apparently not working this week where I muted the site, but people can still hear me. Let me try unmuting.
Can anyone,
What what
all right,
about
comment in
now?
the threadcast if you can hear either me or Mitch in the X space, because I can't hear
Like
Mitch.
I still have my Zoom open. My Zoom audio is on.
Still can't hear.
I don't know. Here's what's weird though. You know what? You probably
I
aren't
love
your
the
audio
X spaces. It sucks.
in spaces probably isn't working because when I unmute the site, I usually get the echo because I'm getting you from both places and I don't have the echo.
I still can't hear. Can you guys
Can you
hear
hear
Mitch?
me?
I can't hear. I can hear you on my computer, but not on the space.
Yeah, I hear you on Zoom, but not on the space.
Oh, this is so fucked. I hate spaces.
You and me both. Oh, I'm not even in Threadcast. I'm like, why is no one answering in spaces? I'm like, oh yeah, wrong place. How do people even find the Threadcast? I
All
literally have to
right.
rely on you posting it.
All right, Mitch, try talking again on the space.
All right, now you're definitely live because I have the echo.
All right. Now I can hear you.
So hold on. I bet if I still
All
mute
right.
this
Now I can hear you
site.
everywhere.
All right, can you still hear me?
Yep.
All right, yeah, because I muted spaces so I don't get the echo on your audio.
Cool.
All
Yeah,
right, yeah, so we're good.
I love how as the host I have to leave spaces and reconnect in order to get my audio to work. It's fantastic.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, I wish they would just add spaces to restream. It would make everybody's lives so much easier because that doing it in the X app is just so shit. It's insane.
Well, I will wish for the day where spaces isn't even a value add and we don't even need it
I mean, I think that
because
they're good and they're gonna keep growing, but I also think that the technology is ass and it needs to improve or also improve slash integrate into other streaming platforms. Because for someone who streams on multiple platforms, it's really shitty. I mean, if you only do X spaces and don't stream elsewhere, then you're good. But the fact that we're like streaming on five different places and recording.
I'm surprised Threadcast isn't a trending tag. I feel like there's enough Threadcasts.
Yeah, I mean, there's not too many. There's a handful. But I mean, we're like four comments away from it showing at the top. I'm gonna put this announcement out in Discord.
I just don't
Or
even
I actually already did if you want to find the threadcast there.
that's usually what I do because I
So
don't see
that's
it.
live.
I never see it anywhere otherwise. I can't seem to find it. Premium. Sweet. I'm live again. I re-upped my premium yesterday. All right. Announcements.
All right. We are officially recording and live in every place you
Threadcast.
can think of.
Yes, the
It's
3
incredible.
minutes of getting situated on
Happens every
recording that
time.
I'm sure everyone enjoys.
Yeah. Well, you know,
There's the Threadcast.
I started when we edit and upload the AMAs, I started having them clip out the first like 5 minutes.
Nice.
All right. We're good. We are good in all of the places.
All right. Well,
All right, everybody.
somehow it's Q2, April 9th. We're already into 2024 and big things happening in Q2 in the LeoVerse.
A lot of things are happening in the LeoVerse, that's for sure.
All the things.
Yeah, so just to give like a little recap now that I think I'm good everywhere. Um, we have been waiting for V109 on Maya. So I know a lot of you guys are anxiously waiting for um, the Leo release on Maya protocol, along with, the LeoDex app, along with the Hive aggregation technology and the Leo Arbitrum faucet, and Leo on Arbitrum. So, obviously all of the things are going live kind of simultaneously. But a lot of them have been kind of held up by this Maya um, V109 upgrade, which is in that upgrade, that's where they actually add the Arbitrum blockchain. So I know a lot of people have, this is why I'm just covering this. A lot of people have asked why, we haven't launched yet. And actually for once we are on time with our side of the launch, and we've just been waiting for V109. So, it's just kind of been the type of thing where as soon as 109 is live, we can actually push all the things that we've built. So, the latest update from Maya's team is actually from like 5 minutes before we went live on this AMA, that they started the churns to get Arbitrum and V109 live. So Nifty thinks it'll be within the next hour-ish. I think it'll be in the next, 1 to 3 hours, hopefully. That being said, during today's AMA, I wanted to give some alpha, and also I was getting sick of sitting on this app release. So let's just dive right into the alpha and release it. LeoDex is officially live. So if you go to leodex.io, you will see the new application. Um,
But don't get too excited.
don't get too excited. You can get a little excited. The application is live. You can start doing L1 swaps on Maya. But until V109 is live, the Leo trading and the Hive trading will not work. So obviously, we need to have 109 live, and then we need to seed that liquidity pool, and then that's when Leo will go live. And then we have a few testing, because basically we can't fully test the Hive aggregation rail. There's like, we can test everything up until the Leo part of it, because obviously Leo isn't live on Arbitrum yet, or live on Maya yet. So once 109 is live, and we have a couple of hours between me and the devs to just test everything and make sure it's all connected properly, that's when Hive will go live on LeoDex. Everything else though, all good to go on LeoDex. You can already use you can create a key store, you can log in, with Hive Keychain. You can swap any other L1 asset. So like if you want to swap Bitcoin to Ethereum, or vice versa, or I think there's about 10 different assets or 11 different assets on Maya. You can swap any of those assets. So like I said, just the Leo part and the Hive part, kind of the parts that we all care the most about, aren't live until 109 is live. So looking forward to when Maya pushes 109. I think, like I said, I think it'll be within the next 3 hours. So I'm pretty happy with releasing LeoDex a little bit ahead of time, so that you guys can find any bugs or issues with the interface, and then we can kind of fix them as things progress. So you'll notice that at the top, I love the logo that we came up with for LeoDex. You'll notice it's kind of like the Maya colors. And then you'll notice the X is actually kind of like a cross-chain swap icon. So I'm very happy with how that turned out. You'll also notice that it says beta next to the logo. So please keep in mind that this is a beta UI. This is literally the first time that it has seen daylight. So if you encounter any bugs, please report them to us. You can report them via #feedback on threads. You can open Discord support tickets. You could just jump in Discord general and tell us. We would appreciate, any bugs that you guys find, and then we'll fix them as fast as we can. So yeah, the goal, Time Traveler said LeoDex looks so good. The goal with the UI was to build the cleanest and best user interface and user experience for cross-chain swaps. I think that we already have kind of one of the cleanest and easiest to navigate UIs on Maya. It's we're going to keep adding more features, but we're going to make sure that the UI stays very simple to use, very lightweight. So you'll notice that it loads extremely fast. So yeah, I mean, it's going to get more feature rich, but at the same time, maintain this kind of usability and clean look to it. We want things to be very decluttered and seamless. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think the devs did a great job. This is something that should have taken 6+ months to build, and we've really built it in the last 2 weeks. So it's been the devs have done an incredible job, and we've just been kind of sprinting. So they definitely deserve a break, and I'm going to give them a little bit of a break, probably starting tomorrow. They'll kind of go into maintenance mode, and there won't be any new features for a few days. Um, so yeah. And Luis 88 is asking what is a key store? So a key store is a type of wallet. It's it allows you to, in crypto, you can have a key store wallet. That's kind of like the OG crypto wallet. A lot of people in the early days of Bitcoin used them. People still use them, obviously. And key stores are really kind of like the easiest way to use these interfaces. So the way that, if you want to know like best practices, the way that a lot of people use this is that they create a key store, and that is their hot wallet. And they use that hot wallet to transact, and then they send like large amounts of crypto. They don't hold it in the key store. They'll send it off to a hardware wallet. Obviously, some people just keep it in the key store. It's completely up to you. Um, but as of right now with the launch, the only wallet option is Key Store. So we are going to integrate XDeFi, hopefully today. I'm not entirely sure if we'll get it done today. But XDeFi will be the next wallet integration that we do, and then we'll do MetaMask afterwards. So Key Store is definitely the way to go, though, for the most part. I really like Key Store. It allows you to do native Bitcoin and really everything that you need to do. So I very frequently just kind of like load crypto into the Key Store like a debit card, and then I'll swap into whatever I want and then send it off to my hardware wallet. And you can actually you can actually set the recipient wallet when you're doing a swap. So Luis 88, I don't think so. It's not too complicated for the average Joe. Key stores are very widely used within these ecosystems. I think it's just going to be a new thing for Hive users. But if you're not a Hive user, if you're like a Maya user, I mean, you most likely have one or probably several key stores already.
Um, I would help with questions, but I can't seem to get the comments in the Threadcast to load on my UI.
Hmm. Try refreshing. Are you on labs? I'm looking at them.
Yeah, I was on labs and I tried it not on labs. I have refreshed, so I don't know. I might try a different browser. Yeah, I don't know why it's being weird. I see the comment number is growing, but it's not loading the comments for me.
Working for me. Try a few refreshes.
Yeah, like I said, I think we'll try a different browser.
Successfully connected via key store. Nice. Yeah, it's very easy. I mean, once you've used a key store, you realize just how stupid easy it is.
Connected, oh, to LeoDex.
Yeah, I mean, like, and there's a process to create a key store via LeoDex as well, and it's like stupid easy. I mean, it takes in 2 minutes you could have a key store created and logged in. Um,
Yeah, I have a
but yeah,
key
like I
store. The only
said,
keys.
XDeFi will come later, and you'll be able to connect with that. And then Keychain. So there's Key Store right now, and then Hive Keychain is also integrated. So you'll
Oh,
notice
nice.
if you're on we're actually going to improve the Keychain login screen. But right now, basically, you just tick the box for Hive if you want to log in with Hive, and then it'll prompt you to add your Hive username when you log in with Key Store. Addicted on day one. Yeah, you could do that, but then you're not giving the affiliate fees to buy Leo buybacks. So, uh, if you use Cacao Swap, you're paying them the affiliate fee. If you use LeoDex, the affiliate fees are 100% used to buy Leo and pool it in the Leo Cacao pool. Um,
Yeah,
but you also could easily just use your XDeFi, send whatever you're gonna, swap with to the key store that you create, and then, like I said, use it like a hot wallet, which is what most people do in the Maya ecosystem. But yeah, I mean, the devs are working on XDefi like as we speak. I was even considering not releasing LeoDex until the XDefi was added. Uh, but here we are. I didn't want to hold it back anymore. And like I said, this is, V1. We've been working on this for like 2 weeks, and we've built in a lot of really amazing features already, but this is meant to be kind of like the core feature set. And then, we'll add in features as we go. It makes our lives a lot easier too, because you guys can bug test and beta test things, in real time as we add features. It makes it just a lot smoother in general. Mr. Hive, Keystore is not a way to log into INLEO. It's a way to log into LeoDex. There's going to be a lot of questions. I mean, every time we venture out of the norm of what you guys are used to, there's always a
Well,
insane
I mean,
amount of
at the end of the
questions.
day, I think people are just better off waiting a couple days for and using XDefi since a lot of people are already using that. Like if you already use
Sure.
XDefi,
Yeah, I mean, if you want to wait for
and
XDeFi, then for
you don't want to
sure.
wait for, you don't want to learn something new, then you can just wait for XDeFi. I mean, I'll probably do that. I have an XDeFi wallet. Obviously, I have
Like I said
MetaMask.
though, using Keystore is like stupidly easy. If you're
Oh,
capable
it's
of
dumb
making
easy.
if you're capable of making a Hive account and logging in with posting keys, active keys, and all that stuff, you are very much more than capable of creating a key store and logging in with it. It's even easier than doing that. So I know that a lot of people don't like to learn new things, but it is a good thing to learn new things too. So
100%. The only key store I had was in relation to my rune and my I use it for the Asgard decks that I was using for rune. I got the key store wallet.
yeah, I mean, key stores, I know it's like I said, I know that it's new for people on Hive, but it is very widely used in these ecosystems. Um, very widely used. But yeah, we are going to add like hardware wallet connections and XDeFi and MetaMask and all that. So
Well, the good news is on a different browser and the Threadcast is good to go. So it's just Google Chrome being stupid,
huh.
which I feel like a lot of times it is when it comes to INLEO.
Yeah, I'm not
But
sure. I mean, I use Brave and typically
yeah,
don't have
yeah.
any issues.
Hell, I'm on actually. What am I on right now? I'm on Microsoft Edge just for the hell of it. I was curious, but yeah, no, this thing is like awesome. INLEO is behaving the way it's supposed to. Everything loads super fast
Yeah, we did have a node outage yesterday, so we had to deal with that. That was really well timed too, with
per
all
the
the other work that
use.
we were doing. Um, so
What do
so
we
yeah.
got?
So a little bit about LeoDex, and obviously I'm working on a post that will talk a lot more about all of this stuff. But um, LeoDex is obviously a multi-chain swapping interface. Um, and you're able to swap any L1 asset that's listed by Maya on the LeoDex interface. We also this is a little thing that we slid in at the end since the V109 upgrade got delayed a few days. We added the ability to pool, so you can already use and deploy liquidity in the various L1 pools on Maya. So if you hit the deposit tab at the top, it'll show you a very simplified, deposit interface where you can pool assets. And just like I said, keep in mind, this is like a launch interface. Like we're going for the core feature set, and we're going to keep adding stuff as time goes on, and also refine the design of things. But we added pooling kind of in a little bit of a raw form, um, because the Leo Cacao pool is supposed to go live today, and we wanted you guys to be able to pool directly on LeoDex. So the goal was like if we want to allow you guys to use a single interface for something, it would be LeoDex. Um, so yeah, you guys will be able to pool. That's something that we weren't going to add initially in the initial rollout, but we were able to get it done. A couple other things that are going to be available at launch that you guys can already see. The Arbitrum gas faucet is already live. So if you actually click Leo in the input tab on LeoDex, you'll be able to see there's like a little button there that says Arbitrum gas faucet. Um, that gas faucet, if you click it, it'll give you more information. And essentially what it does is while testing the Hive aggregation swaps, we kind of realized, one of the devs messaged me and was like, we have a major problem and we're already kind of seeing it with this whole key store thing. Hivers tend to not want to learn new things. They want to be able to just use something easily. And in order to do L1 swaps on Maya with the Hive aggregator that we built, you have to interact with the Arbitrum blockchain. And obviously, from the interface perspective as a user, we've streamlined all of this. So you barely even realize that you're using Arbitrum. You're really just clicking buttons and things are happening on the interface and it tells you what's happening. But on the back end, it's doing all sorts of swaps and transactions. That being said, whatever Arbitrum wallet you're connected with on LeoDex needs to have a little bit of gas in it. Otherwise, the transactions obviously won't work. So, the dev messaged me, and then we were kind of thinking, what can we do to make this easier for Hivers who may not, have access to a centralized exchange where they can, buy gas on Arbitrum. Excuse me. And gas on Arbitrum is actually in Ethereum because Arbitrum's an L2 for Ethereum. The gas fees on Arbitrum are extremely cheap. They're like 1 penny or less. But the problem is, and if you guys have used any other blockchains in the past, then you already know this. The initial hurdle of getting some gas is very difficult. You basically need like a centralized exchange where you can buy, like using Arbitrum as the example, you would need an exchange where you can buy Ethereum on a centralized exchange and then withdraw it to your Arbitrum wallet. And that obviously is not feasible for a lot of people. And like I said, my vision for Hive and the decentralized exchange space, which is why I've been such a proponent and investor in Thorchain, is that you can sidestep centralized exchanges and we don't need them, and it's better to I think there's always going to be a place for centralized exchanges, but the proliferation of decentralized exchanges is extremely important. So we wanted a way for Hivers to be able to sidestep that kind of annoying process of having to get their Arbitrum ETH. And I know Addicted's here, and he kind of played around with this yesterday. Um, when you need Arbitrum ETH and you don't have a connection to a centralized exchange, or you don't have a friend that has Arbitrum ETH, there is literally no way for you to get it other than to find a faucet or some sort of bridge. So in the LeoDex UI, we built this little faucet button. And if you click it, it says turn 10 Leo into Arbitrum ETH to pay for gas fees. So it automatically, when you have your wallet connected, it automatically pre-fills your Arbitrum recipient address. And then you click proceed, and then it pops up a Hive keychain window where you'll send 10 Leo to the RB Leo account. And then that will automatically convert it into 75 cents worth of Arbitrum ETH and send it to your connected Arbitrum wallet. And this literally happens in like 30 seconds. Like, it's so fast. And then you have enough to transact. I mean, you could probably do like 40, 50 plus swaps with the Arbitrum ETH gas that you get. So it definitely, just this little thing has vastly improved the user experience for the average Hiver, and also for the average person who may not want to use Arbitrum or know how to use it. But it's definitely tailored toward Hive users because obviously you need Hive keychain to make it work. So really proud of doing like little things like that. And we're going to continue to find little ways to make the user experience even more seamless. But the Arbitrum gas faucet is already live and functional, so you guys can play around with that if you want. Next thing that is live / gonna be live as soon as V109 goes live is the Hive aggregation technology. I've kind of coined the little acronym HAT for this. So what the Hive aggregator allows you to do is Hive L1 swaps. So you can swap native Hive on the Maya protocol rails, and every single swap you do is routed through the Leo Cacao pool. So it's an aggregator for Hive-based assets. using the connection that Leo now has to Maya or will have when 109 is live. So like I said, once 109 goes live on Maya, give it a few hours, and then the Hive aggregator should be live a few hours after that. So that is going to be live today. If as long as V109 goes live, that will be live today. The multi-chain wallet UI. So if you connect your wallet and then click in the top right, it'll show you all your different assets across all the different blockchains that Maya supports. So obviously, like create a key store and then sign in with that key store. And then if you click on your wallet address in the top right, you'll see this really kind of clean wallet interface. You can send any of those assets. You can receive the assets with a QR code. You can, obviously refresh the balances when you do swaps. So it's a really nice wallet UI. I kind of pushed the devs to build it out a little bit more than we planned for the initial launch, just because I had a bunch of ideas and I wanted to see them at launch. So multiple wallet options. Obviously, you've got Hive Keychain and Key Store right now. Hopefully, XDeFi will be live today. I'm relatively confident it'll be live today, but we'll see. We've obviously the devs have their work cut out for them today with adding XDeFi and then obviously finishing the Hive rails. There's a last transfers tab. So when you do some swaps, you'll see like a little arrow, like a historical arrow. If you click on it, it'll show you the previous swaps that you've done. And then if you click on any of those swaps, it'll actually show you on the main homepage. You'll kind of see it happen. It'll show you the transaction tracker for that specific transaction. You can see the swap amounts, and then you can see the transaction IDs, and obviously click them and go to the block explorer to see them on chain. Final thing I'll mention about the launch is the affiliate fees. So when crypto is swapped on LeoDex, and this is the same on every Maya protocol interface, there is a small affiliate fee that is taken. The minimum for affiliate fees is $150. So if you swap anything under $150 on LeoDex, and this is specific to LeoDex, we've made it free. So if you're a small swapper and you're doing under $150 swaps, it's actually free to do those swaps from an affiliate fee perspective on LeoDex. Anything over $150, we charge a 0.45% fee on every single swap. And that fee, 100% of that fee is used to buy Leo and buy cacao and then permanently pool it. So I'm kind of calling that like perma pool. So it perma pools the cacao and Leo that it buys with those affiliate fees. And then it pools it into the Leo cacao pool. And that's extremely important for a lot of reasons. Obviously, that's organic buy pressure for Leo and for cacao. And it's also permanently growing liquidity, which is extremely important for the Hive aggregator, because like I said, every Hive swap has to go through the Leo cacao pool. So it's a major bottleneck in terms of getting bigger and bigger swaps available. In order to get price efficiency, you need liquidity depth. And liquidity depth comes from people providing liquidity. And since we're using affiliate fees for this purpose, it's going to come from affiliate fees. So the more trading that happens on LeoDex, the deeper this Leo cacao pool gets, and the bigger the swaps can be for Leo and for Hive aggregated swaps. With the Hive aggregator in the next couple of weeks, we're going to release HBD. We're also going to release SPS and DEC. So there will be 4 Hive-based assets that you'll be able to swap across the aggregator and into or out of any L1 asset that's listed on Maya. So that's obviously exciting. Like I said, a major bottleneck there. The other bottleneck is the Leo swap.hive Hive engine diesel pool. So we will need to get liquidity there and grow liquidity there. We obviously have some ideas for doing so. But these are the two pools that really matter now. We want to see deep liquidity in these pools so that we can facilitate bigger and bigger swaps. And like I said, as more swaps happen, that permanent liquidity is just going to keep growing, and bigger swaps will be possible. We haven't announced anything official yet, but I'll tell you guys, just because this is the Leo AMA show. There is going to be a volume-based airdrop for using LeoDex. So if you do any swaps on LeoDex for the first 60 days that it's live, there's going to be a volume airdrop of Arbitrum Leo to anyone who swaps on the UI. So like I said, we haven't hammered down the exact specifics of this, but the current plan, and like I said, don't hold me to any of these details completely until it's officially like written in a blog post. But the current plan is the first 60 days, all the affiliate fees that are earned will buy Leo for this specific volume-based airdrop, and then it'll airdrop it to anyone who has swapped on LeoDex based on how many dollars they've swapped. So if you ever used like Uniswap in the past when they did their airdrop or other platforms like that, we will be doing a volume-based airdrop kind of similar to that with the Leo token on Arbitrum. And that Leo, the Leo that's used for that airdrop will be bought from the affiliate fees that we earn for the first 60 days. But like I said, specific details on that coming later. Don't hold me to any specifics right now, but I just wanted to let you guys know that that is on the way. I'm seeing some questions. The biggest one is please explain what Maya is. Let's take it back and explain what Maya is. So Maya is a friendly fork of Thorchain. It is a cross-chain decentralized liquidity protocol. It allows you to swap L1 native assets across blockchains. So for example, if you go to LeoDex, you can put Bitcoin and you can put Ethereum in the swap module, and you can swap L1 native Bitcoin to L1 native Hive, or sorry, Hive, L1 native Ethereum. You can see where my head is at. And you can do that all via, one single swap. It's very incredible technology. It's the same technology that Thorchain has, obviously being a friendly fork of it. But Maya protocol has some interesting differences to Thorchain. Um, Currently, a lot of those differences are primarily around liquidity, efficiency, and some other things. Maya is also listing different blockchains than Thorchain is. So, for example, Arbitrum is not listed on Thorchain, but it is now, as of V109, listed on Maya. And then some of the next updates that Maya is doing, and this is why I'm really excited about the positioning of Leo. I believe that Maya is going to be huge. I think they're going to start to really eat up a lot of centralized exchange volume. Their token is $1.30 right now, and I think it's like 500 on CoinMarketCap. I'm really excited about the things that they've got on their roadmap, namely streaming swaps, which is a feature that Thorchain released last year. And ever since streaming swaps came to Thorchain, the trading volume on Thorchain has exponentially exploded. I mean, it's like insane if you compare the volume. So in the month of March, Thorchain had their first month where they did $10 billion in swaps. So if you know decentralized exchanges and know how big that number is, especially for a brand new, Thorchain is relatively new in the space, as an L1 DEX, that's absolutely crazy. So streaming swaps are an absolute game changer. They allow you to do really large swaps all at once. And it basically breaks your swap into, that's why it's called streaming. It breaks it into a large stream of swaps. But from the user perspective, you only pay one fee and it just goes through. So when streaming swaps go live, you will literally be able to say, like, say you want to swap 10 Bitcoin into however much that would be in Leo terms, you'll be able to set a swap to stream 10 Bitcoin into Leo. It's actually insane how streaming swaps work. They basically allow arbitrageurs to rebalance the pool in between your swaps so that you get the best price and you're able to do large swaps. So I'm really excited that Maya's going to be releasing that. And I'm happy with the positioning of Leo, kind of before that happens. I see Mitch dropped out of the X space.
I did.
You there, Mitch? Uh,
I'll be back.
yeah,
Coming
I'll wait
back.
for Mitch to get back in. But so streaming swaps are coming, and Maya is building a Thorchain aggregator, and that aggregator will allow you to swap any Maya-based assets with any Thorchain-based assets. So very similar to what we've built with the Hive aggregator, where any Hive-based assets can now be traded with any Maya-based assets because of the Leo connection. Maya is building the same connection with Thorchain. So it's going to be pretty insane. Here, Mitch is back. So I'm very excited about the aggregator that they're building because that basically is a proxy listing for Leo to be on Thorchain. So then you'll be able to trade Leo on Thorchain as well. And then obviously you'll be able to trade Hive on Thorchain because now you've got the aggregators all kind of connecting everything. Maya actually did a space yesterday and they were just talking about like the general thesis. They had the Thorchain team on their space yesterday, and they were talking about the thesis of building a cross-chain DEX and how every cross-chain DEX and every fork of Thorchain that comes out, they all are working together. They're not working against each other because the mission is to overtake centralized exchanges and to decentralize trading in the crypto space. So every new cross-chain interface, every new cross-chain protocol that comes out, they all work together in that larger mission of tackling centralized exchanges. And they all, at the end of the day, have these various aggregators and connections between them. And those aggregators allow, assets to move seamlessly across different blockchains and across different protocols to get the best price. So I think the narrative in crypto, over the next 5 years is really going to be centered around decentralized exchanges and L1 cross-chain decentralized exchanges. So positioning Leo here is something I've wanted to do for years now. I mean, it's literally been a few years since I started getting deep into Thorchain and researching it. So, this is really a pivotal moment for Leo. And then the fact that we were able to build this Hive aggregator means it's also a I don't know why I can't speak today. A pivotal moment for Hive. God damn it.
Say that 3 times fast.
Right? I'm trying.
Um,
Pivotal.
I've been answering questions like text, text based in threads. I'm adding to the threads by answering questions in there. So I saw her, and it's funny because way back in the day when I was a noob, I made the same mistake. Someone was asking about Leo on CoinGecko and it being a different price, and that's because that is definitely the other Leo coin. There's a Leo coin that's out there that's on a centralized exchange or two that is not the INLEO coin. Kesk said Leo to 100 million market cap. I'm with it. What price does that put Leo at? Someone do the maths. Um,
I see a good question in Discord. Khan asked if it would be a good idea to reduce the fees based on having Leo staked. Also, is the fee revenue for Leo, how much of that fee is going to buy Leo and burn it? So, like I just said, 100% of the fees earned from the affiliate fees on LeoDex, which again is a 0.45% swap fee on every swap, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever it is, every single swap over $150. 100% of that fee buys Leo and buys cacao in equal amounts and then pools it permanently. So we're kind of calling it perma pool. And like I just said too, I haven't hammered out the details yet. So again, don't hold me to this, but in the first 60 days, these affiliate fees will actually buy 100% Leo and airdrop them as a volume-based airdrop to anyone who uses LeoDex. And that is just a way for us to incentivize early adoption of LeoDex within the Maya ecosystem. And if you think about it, it also has some good effects in terms of getting Maya users to actually have some Leo because it will airdrop them Arbitrum Leo, and then they'll potentially pool it in the LP because all of them obviously have cacao, and then we'll be airdropping them a bunch of Leo. So the incentive for them to pool it will be pretty high. So there's that. So 100% of the fee, it's not going to burn it though. It is going to perma pool it. And in terms of having a reduced fee based on Leo staked, later today, the docs for LeoDex will go live. And those docs will talk about the roadmap that we have for LeoDex. I'm super excited about the roadmap. The things that we're bringing to LeoDex are actually insane. And one of them is based on something I've been fascinated by that the ThorSwap team has done. So if you guys are familiar with ThorSwap, they're kind of like the OG interface of Thorchain. And one thing that they have is it's called the Thor token. and that is their native token. And if you stake it in various amounts, there's a tiered, there's basically tier groups that you can join based on how much Thor you stake. And the more Thor you stake, the lower or the higher your tier is, which means the lower your fee is when you swap on Thor Swap. So we are going to introduce a very similar tier model to LeoDex, where the more Leo power you have staked, the lower your fees will be in terms of affiliate fees and for Arbitrum Leo wrap and unwrap fees. So if you can imagine, like right now, the affiliate fee is 0.45% and the wrap fee is 0.5%. So imagine that, you have 100,000 Leo power staked, obviously just picking a random number. And that gives you like the highest swap tier, and your affiliate fee then goes down from 0.45% to like 0.1%. And your wrap fee goes down from 0.5% to 0.1%. So your fees get cut essentially by, 1/5. And obviously you just have much more efficient swaps on the UI. That creates an incredible utility for the Leo token. It's a very nice feedback loop. And like I said, I've kind of drawn a lot of inspiration from Thor Swap for that system. And then you can also see, you can kind of see some initial stages of our version of tiers on the Leo dashboard. So if you go to inleo.io/dashboard, if you're a delegator to leo.voter, we've already introduced 3 tiers for delegators. So imagine imagine like a love child between that and what Thor Swap has. And that will be for LeoDex swappers.
I got a quick question about LeoDex. So, one, I noticed when you hit Connect Wallet and the Connect Wallet box pops up, before you do or touch anything, just looking at it, at the bottom it says select networks, and all the networks are automatically checked except for Hive is not
Right.
checked. Is that on purpose?
So the reason why that is like that is because you actually have, and this is kind of a side effect of the fact that there's only key store on there. So it's not that all of those are automatically checked. It's that your key store is automatically checked, and key store has those blockchains
Oh,
integrated.
has all those but Hive. That makes sense. So
Right.
now, as far as key store goes, like for instance, I have a key store from, like I said, my Asgard Dex wallet that I use for Rune, and I can obviously create a new one, or I can just hit Connect Wallet, and that gives me the option to drop my key store file on there and put my password. So in
Right.
theory, if I use that existing key store wallet, then now LeoDex, I assume I dump my existing key store in, then I will be able to essentially swap my existing rune that I hold in that key store.
Yes, exactly.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's
Which
key
definitely
stores are
works because
very, very
honestly,
cool.
yeah, because the other wallet I was using was just a place to store room, so to speak.
Right. Well,
Transacting on there sucked.
yeah, and like I said too, a very common practice, and this is good for your own security because key stores, obviously, if you have, a keylogger or, some sort of bug on your computer or there's, maybe you're using an unsecure connection, a very common and good practice to get into is having a hot key store wallet that you use for
Mm.
swapping specifically, where you kind of like load it almost like a, what would be a good example? Like, you load it like you're loading chips at a casino, or you load it like a trading account, kind of like almost you would on a centralized exchange. At least that's how I would use a centralized exchange, is like I wouldn't carry all my crypto on, Coinbase, but I might load, $10,000 on Coinbase, buy Bitcoin, and then withdraw the Bitcoin to my hardware wallet. So I think that's a very good practice to get into, is to use a hot wallet, for that. Um,
That makes
so
sense.
yeah, I mean,
Sweet.
Luis 88, I would recommend doing some research on key store wallets because there's a lot of like basic questions that you can cover, um, that you've been asking. But, a key store you use, and it's kind of like what Mitch was just saying. He drops his key store file in, and then he drops in the same password that he created when he
Just did it.
created that key store, in order
Mm.
to decrypt the key store. So there are multiple layers of protection, but like I said, I
I
wouldn't
can
hold
sell
a lot
all
of
my
crypto on
rune.
one.
I can sell all my rune for Leo.
Love to see it. Yeah, you'll be able to swap instantly from your rune to Leo
And I love
when
Leo, but
V109 is
I
live.
got enough Leo. I need more. I probably need more rune. I got plenty of Leo. Plenty. I am stacked. I'm locked and loaded for the Leo run.
This
Locked
guy.
and loaded.
I don't know.
Um,
I actually have been feeling for, the first time in a while that I don't have enough Leo. So,
no, I'm feeling good about where I'm at. I actually have more Leo than I thought because I didn't realize how much I had staked in pools and whatnot on Cub and Poly. So um nice chunk of Leo. But yeah, it's cool. That was super easy. I dropped my key store file in, put in my password, hit accept conditions and connect, and boom, just like that. There, went to Rune, populated my balance. So now I am not, or I am. I'm assuming I'm not. We're still waiting. Like in theory, right now, I couldn't sell Rune for Leo right now, right? We're still waiting for that to go live.
right. Once 109
Okay.
is live, then you can
One
do
more
that.
churn
Hopefully, one more churn from the Maya team, and then we'll be live. And then obviously, we'll get
sometime today. The over under is what, about 3 hours?
I think 1 to 3 hours. I mean, Nifty's saying one, I'm saying three. I'd say somewhere in there.
Place your bets.
Place your bets. Place your bets.
So now, but as far as LeoDex goes, like that's for just, is this just for the Leo token? Like everything else I could technically swap.
You can swap everything. It's a cross-chain,
Nice.
decentralized exchange interface for the Maya protocol. So if you go to any other Maya UI, it looks obviously
Yeah.
each one has its own look.
Maybe I should buy
Um,
some cacao so I'm prepped to pool.
yep.
Now,
So
how
you
would
can swap
would that
anything.
be? Is that, now I can do that from LeoDex? Would that be hit deposit?
Oh, look at
Yeah, because I
that.
see,
Penial KMO is logged in with Hive keychain on mobile on LeoDex.
dude, that's
That's pretty cool.
badass. That's super cool. And it looks good too.
Yeah, mobile looks
Clean.
great. Mobile looks great. Nifty
Liquidized
already
says
said,
1.5
even though
hours.
this is kind of like our minimum viable product, our MVP, uh, Nifty already said he thinks we have one of the best mobile UIs already for Maya.
Good. That'll be good because then you can just use that as a selling point to attract the you know, Maya crowd.
Yep. Trumpicus asked why do we need Keystore and what is it? We just talked about it for like 30
Technically, you don't
minutes.
need it.
Yeah,
So
technically you don't
answer
need
number
it.
one, you don't need it. Right now it's just the only option on LeoDex, but that's going to change. We'll just say we're XD5 is going to be in what, a couple days, few days.
Hopefully today. I mean,
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
I'm
So
talking
XD5
while
is
we're
coming.
live right now, I'm going back and forth with the devs. They're working on it right now. So,
Yeah, so we might, XD5 probably be available even tomorrow, and then MetaMask will be after that.
right.
I might not wait for MetaMask. I do have XD file on my Opera browser, so I could just send some stuff over to the wallet address that's connected to that, so I could get rolling right off the bat and get all the first mover perks.
Absolutely. Nifty has
So
a really good point in chat. He said, there is no depositing assets into LeoDex. Get that out of your mind. We're moving toward a self-custodial cross-chain future. Your assets stay in your wallet and you use the UI to swap them. That is a incredible point. We should pin it somewhere and scream it from
perfect.
the rooftops and the mountaintops because
Well,
that is how it works.
well, and that's awesome because that leads right into getting back to what I was saying in terms of, all right, how do I essentially LP? So I was looking at the Leo Dex. I'm like, do I do it from Leo Dex? How? I saw obviously the deposit, and then it's like, oh yeah, deposit liquidity. So yeah, you're not depositing onto any platform. You're essentially, it's almost like you're doing liquidity access.
Right, right. And the pools are vaults on Maya protocol. So we don't run any pools. There's no pools for LeoDex. LeoDex is
Okay.
an interface. So
Yep.
yeah, there's no custodial of assets. There's nothing like that. It is a
So
interface that connects to Maya.
Okay, so now when we're live, right, I can go, obviously I hit deposit, I see deposit liquidity. Cacao is the default on the bottom. Up top, I'm assuming Leo will appear in that drop down because it doesn't now. And correct me if I'm wrong at any point here. I select Leo, and
I
then
mean,
at that
you
point,
should already see Leo there, but
actually
you just
don't.
can't swap.
I see it for swapping, but on the deposit
Oh yeah,
screen, I do
that you
not.
won't see. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but I assume that'll end up showing, and
It
then
will.
at that point, I can deposit liquidity, and then after I deposit liquidity, do I have to do anything else? Is it gonna like be a thing where it says, I can like stake or whatever? I guess I can wait till it goes
No,
live to experiment.
no,
No,
there's no staking, there's no farming.
you just deposit and
So
that's it.
you deposit and that's it, and then you can
Awesome.
withdraw when you're ready. And
And
something
then you
important to
deposit.
note is that there's no farming. Like that's a big lesson learned by a lot of different dexes, not just us, but on Maya protocol and Thorchain, there's no farming. It's like you deposit liquidity and you earn swap fees. That's it.
Awesome. And I'm
I'm
assuming
sharing a screenshot right now.
the swap fees just get paid to your wallet because it doesn't look like it's like claim, or does it have like claim fees?
Yeah, it's the same as like on Uniswap. So when there's swap fees, they just accrue in the pool. So like when you deposit 10
Oh, so
rune
they
and
add to your pool.
right. So if let's say you deposit 10 rune and 100 cacao, and then over the course of a year, there's a bunch of swap fees that are collected. When you go to withdraw, you might withdraw like 12 rune and 120
Gotcha.
cacao.
Cool.
They just
I'm with
accrue.
it. So
I just shared a
essentially
screenshot of what it looks like when
okay.
you've got
So
active pool
by
positions.
depositing Cacao and Leo liquidity, you're essentially going to earn more Leo and Cacao based on swap fees.
Yep,
Sounds like wins.
wins all around. Nifty said he'll be making a series of videos and posts on how-tos. I'm sure a lot of other people will. I most likely will as well. I know that as hivers, we tend to not like to learn new things, but it is good to learn new things. I saw Tripicus and a bunch of other people say that they're not going to use LeoDex until XDeFi is live, and that's totally fine. It's obviously up to you and how you want to do things.
Hashtag
That
tomorrow.
being said, yeah, even if you don't want to swap or put any assets on a key store, I still do recommend like create a key store. You got nothing to lose by creating a key store and just kind of like logging in with it and seeing what it looks like. I mean, it's like you got nothing to lose until you send crypto to it. So, uh, it's always good to learn new things. It's a good thing in life. It's a good life skill, but obviously not required. And I saw Luis 88 say he's got to learn all this stuff and he doesn't know why I should use them so far. If you don't know why you should use them, then maybe you don't have a use case for them. That's just kind of, it's not made for everybody. It's made for people that want to trade L1 cross-chain assets. So unless you're trading, say you've got Bitcoin, you want to trade it for ETH, or say you've got, Bitcoin and you want to buy Hive with it, obviously when all that's live. That's the use case. So if you don't have a trading use case like that, then there probably isn't a reason for you to use LeoDex.
Huh. This is interesting. Because I'm like, all right, so now how do I, essentially deposit assets? I should deposit is probably the wrong word since we were talking about liquidity a second ago, but basically, send assets to my key store wallet because it's like, well, wait, yeah, it's cool. I was able to access my current one, but it's like, well, how do I? So then I just hit my wallet drop down because you can manage your wallets here, and then there's addresses for each chain. So like for instance, if I want to send like some ETH,
Yep.
I can just copy that and then I can go to I'm assuming I would go to like if I had the ETH in my MetaMask, I can send it from MetaMask to this address and then it would show up.
Yeah. If you
Unless this
send
is
it to
making
that
sense.
address.
Yeah. So
No, exactly.
yeah, because I'm thinking about like obviously I want to get some cacao, but it's like, well, right now my only option is going to be to sell Rune or sell Leo. And it's like, well, I don't want to sell Rune. And I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I could sell some Leo to get there, but it's cool.
Uh, can
There you
you see my
go.
screen?
Yeah, I'm assuming the people on
Cool.
YouTube can see it, but no one else would be able to.
Yeah, if you're on
Active
YouTube,
pools.
hopefully you can see this.
Yeah, we
Just
can
want to
drop.
show like what you were talking about. Um,
I can drop a
just want to show what you
screenshot.
were talking about. So I'm still kind of waiting for it to show up over here. All right, well, as long as you can see it, because it doesn't tell me if you can see it.
I can see it. Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking
All right,
at on
cool.
my end.
Cool. Yeah, so when you're logged in, if you click on the top right, that shows your connected wallet, all the different chains you're connected with. So you can see here, I'm connected with the key store. So it's got Arbitrum here. You can see I've already got some Leo on Arbitrum. I've got a little bit of Bitcoin. So I've obviously just been using this wallet for a bunch of testing swaps. So I have a bunch of little balances here. Um, let's just do a couple little live walkthroughs since I know people have just like tons of questions. But anyways, you can see all the different features of the wallet, like Mitch was just saying. Like say I've got Rune on a Ledger wallet and I want to send it to my key store so that I can then use it to swap. I would click on my wallet here, and then you can see this little QR code, and it gives me a Thorchain deposit address. So I can use the QR code, or uh, my address is right here, and I can just click on it. I can click on this little copy button, and it says address successfully copied to clipboard. And now I've obviously got my Rune address, and if I send Rune to it, I'll be able to then it'll show up right away. I'll be able to swap with it on the my interface. Right now I'm on the deposit page, so we were kind of talking about this. You can see I've got two active pool positions, Dash Cacao and Rune Cacao. I'll add a little bit here just so you guys can see how it works. So I put Dash in the top. I'm going to put 0.1 Dash and 3 Cacao. Actually, let me do a little bit less so I have enough to do other swaps. 0.01, I hit deposit. You can see it's broadcasting. Give it a second, and then it will show a transaction tracker. And now you see it shows a transaction tracker, 0.01 Dash. There's a little bug here that I saw earlier that we got to fix, but it's just a display bug. It says 0.01 Dash, but then it's zeroing out the cacao, but it's actually 0.3 cacao. You can see the transaction hash. I can view it in the Explorer. I'll just do that so you guys can see. So I clicked View Explorer. Hopefully you're seeing all this. I still can't tell what you're seeing and what you're not.
I'm seeing
Um,
it.
and you can see here that it's pending. Cool. So actually, it's really cool the way this works. So I just added liquid, like it looks so easy from the interface, but what I just did is add liquidity from two different blockchains to two different pools at the same time. So it's kind of cool. But from the interface and the user perspective, it's super easy. But anyways, you can see that I added liquidity, and the cacao side is already confirmed because obviously Maya is a very fast uh, chain. Um, but the Dash side is still pending. So let me refresh. Maybe it's done. Dash sometimes takes like 5 to 20 minutes, so still pending. So the Dash side isn't there yet, but the cacao side is in. But you can see like how easy that is to do. So I'll close that transaction tracker. Yeah, actually, you
You're
can already see that my pool balance updated as well. So if I leave and come back, it's pretty quick.
nice. Yeah, your
Give me
screen
a
was
second.
showing the whole time. I caught most of it. I
Now
missed
you can
some
see
of
I've
it
got
because
0.06.
nice.
Cool.
I was looking at questions and trying to actually even figure it out. So, and I think I
So
did.
there's the
So,
deposit. Obviously, so when Leo's live, you'll be able to select it in this menu and
yep.
deposit liquidity with cacao. So everything on Maya protocol, when you deposit liquidity, you'll notice it's like if you do Bitcoin, it's always paired with cacao. Cacao is always the base asset. So if you choose Leo here when it's live, it'll be Leo and then Cacao, and then you'll hit deposit. And then after a minute or so, it'll show up in your active pools section. You may have to click swap and then come back, but then it'll show up in your active pools and you will be pooled. And there's nothing else you have to do. You don't have to stake it anywhere. You just pool it. And then when you're done, you can withdraw it. So here now I'm on the swap UI. You can see that Hive is disabled. Like I said, it will be disabled until V109 is live, and we have a few hours to do some testing just to make sure the Hive rails are all good because we can't actually test it right now until the pool is live. So we didn't want you guys playing around with it before it's completely ready. But you can see Leo is actually already here just because it's listed on Maya, but it's not live on Maya, if that makes sense. So it's there, but not live. So if you So like, for example, I choose Leo, I choose Dash. If I try to swap right now, it will give me an error. You can see it failed to simulate swap because it doesn't exist yet. So once it exists, then we'll be able to do swaps. But for right now, let me just show you how it works. I'll do a rune cacao swap. So let me swap one cacao. Might have to do more than one. I don't have enough on this key store to be doing live testing.
Hmm. I mean,
Let's see what
I
I do
don't
have.
like
I think I have Dash.
that's pretty simple enough though. I mean, I don't think anyone like
Yeah.
to do a swap is
Yeah, it's
pretty
super simple. All
rudimentary,
right.
same
Yeah, so here's
everywhere.
a 0.1 dash to 7 rune swap. Super easy. You can already see it's already going through. So it's sitting as pending. And then, like I said, when you go to the last transfers, it'll show your most recent transactions here. Um, and if you click on them, they'll populate in this transaction tracker. So very, very intuitive,
Cool.
very easy. I think that covers it. And then you got light mode, dark mode, system. So it'll go with whatever your
There was
system
one
does.
question I saw
Yeah.
from Simple Game, and I assume you meant in terms of withdrawing, but because obviously once you do deposit liquidity, then yeah, it just pops up as we saw with the withdraw under your position. But as far as sending assets off the wallet, I actually had to find it, and I figured it's the same thing. When you hit the your wallet, you get the drop down. There's little arrows next to each asset, and you click that, and then that's your way if you want to send assets from the wallet, right?
Right. So
Those
let's
little arrows.
say, yeah, let's say I want to transfer some
Yeah,
Leo on Arbitrum. You can see I click there, and then I can set how much I
you
want to
dump in
send, and then I
whatever
put
the
in a
wallet
recipient.
is.
And then you can choose the asset from here. If you want to change it.
And this is all you got to remember. I mean, obviously, A Leo, not so much, but everything else is layer one. So, like, if you're sending, and correct me if I'm wrong, like, if I have ETH on here and I'm going to send ETH, like, that's not wrapped ETH or anything like that. That's like straight ETH going to, I can send that to, like, my, um, like,
Ethereum wallet.
Ethereum wallet on MetaMask, let's just say, if I can
Yeah.
address that.
Yep.
Native.
Native. So if I were to send
Native.
Bitcoin here, I would
So
send
really the
Bitcoin
like
and then
pretty
put
much
in the
everything's native
recipient.
except for a Leo.
Yeah, well, and Leo, we actually, if you look into how we did this with Leo, we are actually kind of considering that Leo on Arbitrum is almost the native, it's the most native Leo to the outside world. So obviously Leo still lives on Hive. It's got the rewards pool and everything. But from a tokenomics perspective and a token naming perspective, we actually aren't calling it a Leo. We're just calling it Leo.
Yeah,
Um, so it's not even called Arbitrum Leo. I mean, if you refer to it, you can refer to it as a Leo or Arbitrum Leo, just to signify that it's on Arbitrum blockchain. But we actually named it Leo, and we gave it the final total supply of Leo, as opposed to like what we did on the other wrap bridges, where it has a smaller amount of Leo, just because it's
gotcha.
meant to facilitate wraps. Arbitrum Leo actually has like the full amount of total supply of Leo, um, which is 50 million. That's like the ending final supply of Leo. Um,
Oh, cool.
so yeah, it is intended to be like the most native version of Leo to the outside world.
To reiterate, so Wananda asked, does this mean we can buy Bitcoin with Leo on LeoDex? And that answer is sure can,
Sure can. Yep. You can
which is
you can
pretty
swap
freaking
native
cool.
Bitcoin with native Leo.
That's like pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's just like this, that's just awesome. Because let's just say the cat wants to take some of his post rewards and flip it into some Bitcoin. You can easily do that now, as opposed to back in the day where you have to go to Swap Hive and then to Hive and then send the Hive to a centralized exchange and then sell the Hive for Bitcoin. None of that nonsense will be needed.
Yep. It sidesteps a
That's
lot of
interesting.
the nonsense.
Yeah. To Tandara, yeah, like the key store files always have a .txt, at least they always have for me at the end. So that makes sense that you had to add that. I'm surprised it wasn't default like that. It was for me, but it's been a long time since I created a key store. Throwing things around. Went on to say, being on Hive gave me more insight about crypto, and with INLEO, I keep learning new, interesting stuff about crypto. That is the goal. Huh, that's weird. I thought I put a comment to that. Anyway, what else do we got?
Yeah, and keep in mind that Maya's doing this 109 upgrade too. So I'm kind of noticing some weird things with the pricing quotes. And I actually think that's on the Maya level. I'm checking their APIs, but things might be a little wonky while they do this update.
Totally me said, so how do I get my Leo to Aleo? You use the bridge. There is now a Aleo button on the bridge website, which is still what? WLeo.io.
WLEO.io. Yep.
So if you go there, you'll see Aleo is now added. You hit that. Looks the same as all the others. You put in your um, info and the amount of Leo you want to wrap.
Yep.
I did a
And
test transaction yesterday. It worked.
and there is a sunset plan for WLEO.io. So we are going to sunset that as well and
I
assimilate
figured.
it into LeoDex. So you'll be able to do all the wrapping, unwrapping stuff within
Oh, nice. That's
LeoDex
good
and
too.
also INLEO.
I like it. Yeah, the WLEO site can go bye-bye, and that'll be sweet if it's all in one place.
Yeah, it was always meant to just be a placeholder. It's not a very it's a very bare bones site that just is more functionality based.
Shane Mata said, I got Arbitrum ETH through the faucet. No idea what that means.
That is if you click Leo in the swap menu, or Hive when it's live, you'll see that there's a little button that says Arbitrum Gas Faucet, and that
Okay.
allows you to convert 10 Leo into Arbitrum
Oh, that's
Gas.
right. I remember you said you were gonna add that. Oh, that was gonna be a thing. I actually, well, I'm gonna need to do that because I don't have anything for gas.
Trumpicus at launch, you're going to have to convert to Arbitrum Leo manually first, and then you can swap. Um, so you'll have to use WLEO.io. But then, um, down the line, we're going to have just Leo. You'll be able to select like multiple versions of Leo. You'll say, I have Leo on, BSC, or I have Leo on Hive, and you'll put it in the input or in the output or whatever. And then it'll just do it all for you on the front end.
So I gotta ask, obviously we have on the WLEO site, we have the ALEO to wrap it. Is the Arbitrum Leo unwrapping functional? Will it be functional? Is it going to be good to go, or is it going to have any issues like the other ones?
No, this is a brand new bridge. Arbitrum Leo is a rebuilt version. Um,
Nice.
so yeah, it is
All the
I have not had like what we launched it and then did like two or three bug tests. There were two or three bugs that we had to fix. And literally since that launch, I've done hundreds of transactions with it and it has not failed a single time. So
okay.
very
So
reliable.
all the bugs have been worked out. Sweet. And then like what about like is liquidity even a thing, or is liquidity going to be an issue, or
No?
sweet? That seems what both on earlier token will be like. Is it safe to use the bridge with amounts of 1K and above? Asked solely me.
Yeah, of course.
Sweet. Um, I see no confirm button, just one click swap. What if you misclick and swap wrong assets you didn't mean to in a rush? just swap it right back. Or maybe there could be one more confirm button before going to swap. This is Trumpet is Leo. Uh, I gotta go in there and see. I'm curious to see what they're talking about. I can't even test it though because I don't really have anything else. Actually, hold on. I can do Rune. Oh, it's funny. Failed to simulate swap. Not enough fee. Right.
Oh yeah, it might be too small.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
that.
keep in
Okay.
mind the error messages are,
Failed to
one of
swap
those things that we're
pool.
gonna,
Doesn't exist. Yeah, I got to change it
uh,
off of Leo. That's cool though. It pops up these error messages.
yeah, no, it's we just more have to rewrite them to be a little bit more readable.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. So yeah, if I'm here, I hit swap tokens. I'm assuming, do I, after you hit the swap tokens button, is there like a confirm thing that pops up or no? Like that's it, it just goes. I think you did this on the tutorial. Were just doing like 5 minutes ago, but I was half paying attention.
Yep, that's what the tutorial was for.
What is this? Estimated platform fees, estimated gas fees. So like right now I have 5 rune queued up to swap into Bitcoin. The 5 runes worth $36. It's telling me estimated gas fees $32, and I'll get $3.70 of Bitcoin. That doesn't seem good. That seems like some old school Ethereum type stuff.
What does it say?
Hold on, I'm gonna try a different amount. Oh, now it's not even giving me the preview.
So one thing I'm noticing is that sometimes the quotes are taking a while.
Yep,
Um, and that is on the Maya side. I think it's just because of the upgrade that's happening right now.
that makes sense. Yeah, that totally makes sense because now I'm not even getting, it's not even loading tokens for me. The plight of blockchains and why I always wonder if all this is ever going to become as ubiquitously used throughout society or not, because people don't want to deal with things not working at all, let alone once in a while. Oh, it's funny. I refreshed. I gotta connect my wallet again.
Yeah, every time you refresh, it disconnects your key store.
Yep, that's probably why it wasn't loading tokens for me. Anyhow, see if we got any more questions or times. It's already 1:45. The faucet works like a charm, time traveler said. Oops, it looks like your connector is out of orb. You need to just shoot. Yep.
Solomon said sent 1K over the bridge and got it 30 seconds later. Yeah, Arbitrum is very, very fast,
10
very, very cheap.
Leo.
I'm very happy with using it. Actually, it was my first time using it. It was the creation of Leo on Arbitrum, which is kind of funny.
So that faucet, is that dynamic, like where the amount's gonna adjust based on the price of Leo moving, or is it just something that's
No,
like static and
it's
you have to just
it's
update once in a while?
it's static and it's something that we may have to update once in a while. Obviously, when we created it, Leo was like 9 cents. And the
Yeah,
idea was that you had to have a little bit of a fee to avoid people from abusing the faucet,
makes
especially if the
sense.
price of Leo were to go down. So now, obviously, it's like 10 Leos worth, $1.50, and it gives you 75 cents worth of gas. So, yeah, we're probably gonna have to update that. But the faucet is not intended to be regularly used. You're meant to use it like one time to get
Yeah,
enough Arbitrum ETH to then get more Arbitrum ETH by yourself.
that makes sense.
And
Well, and
Arbitrum ETH
also,
is
I
going to get
mean,
listed on Maya today with 109 as well.
it's good to have it's good to have a little bit of a like slippage, so to speak. So like I said, it doesn't get abused.
Right. Right. Yeah, you definitely have to have a little bit, but obviously it's gotten bigger and bigger as the price of Leo continues to skyrocket.
Cool. Well, this all looks badass and looking forward to getting to interact with it. Uh,
Yep,
see
definitely
if we got
something new to
any.
learn for a lot of people, but ultimately, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And like I said, you guys can do any L1 swaps on it. So it's not doesn't just have to be Leo or doesn't just have to be Hive or whatever. It's every time you do a swap on LeoDex, we're earning that affiliate fee, and that affiliate fee is ultimately buying Leo. And the
Yeah.
more adoption that LeoDex gets, it's very
No, it's awesome.
bullish for Leo.
Instead of having to go on like MEXC to flip, like anytime I want to flip like in and out of stable coins, I can just do it here.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, and
huge.
the pricing efficiency just continues to get better and better. So, yeah.
So now this is interesting. All right, so is there's not. So on the drop down, is it just a scroll or are we able to search? So far it looks like I think it's just a
Just a
scroll.
scroll. I mean, there's only 10
Okay,
of
so
them there,
now
but
yeah, so
eventually we'll have
now for
search.
instance, there's like USDT, right? It says USDT ETH, right? So
Right.
now because I guess that's the layer one. Because I mean, obviously, there's like I have BEP20 USDT, so I wouldn't send. I'm assuming like I can't send that BEP20 USDT here. I'd have to
Yeah.
convert it into ETH,
Yep. Uh, my
into
protocol doesn't have
ERC20.
BSC, but here's where we get into the roadmap of LeoDex. So right now, LeoDex is an interface for Maya protocol.
Yep.
As we go down the roadmap, that one of the next things we're going to integrate is Thorchain, and then LeoDex will also be an aggregator of Thorchain swaps. So Thorchain has BSC, so you'll be able to send BSC USDT to your connected wallet, and then you'll be able to swap from BSC USDT to anything listed on either Maya or Thorchain because it'll aggregate everything together. So, like if you were to do a USDT BSC swap, you would be able to say, okay, put USDT BSC in the top input, and then put Bitcoin in the output, and then it would either swap it on Thorchain or Maya depending on what the best pricing was.
Sweet.
Yeah, so we're kind of turning LeoDex into like a cross-chain 1 inch. I mean, that's kind of the
Nice.
vision, is to make it a massive
That's awesome.
aggregator of all sorts of swaps,
That
and
is
also to make
awesome.
it the number one place for Hive swaps. So
Nice. This is essentially the deck slash bridge that Cal always dreamed of. What do we got? Questions. Mr. Hive said, having difficulty logging into Leo because of API node. What should I do? Shane Mata asked about LeoDex liquidity pools. The answer is yes, because there'll be the Leo cacao
well,
pool.
not really. Maya protocol
I
has
guess it's not a
liquidity
liquidity
pools.
pool. We got to
Maya
stop calling
protocol
it
has
that.
liquidity pools, and LeoDex is an interface for Maya protocol. So
Yeah, but in theory, I
there
mean,
are no new liquidity pools, and there are no liquidity pools managed by LeoDex.
no. But
Is
I'm
the
still,
point?
yeah, but I can still essentially access liquidity pool through LeoDex.
Right. You can access Maya's liquidity pools through LeoDex.
Yep.
Yeah, I just think a lot of people are going to get confused and think this is like another liquidity pooling platform, which it is not. It's a
I mean,
cross-chain
yeah, I could
swap
see why
UI.
they would.
Yeah.
Well, because it's actually, you're looking at it and seeing, it's like, all right, sweet, it's on the UI. Cool.
So
Well,
you can see I put in I'll share this in Threadcast, but I put in a 1 Bitcoin to 18.77 ETH swap. the gas fees are $21 and the platform fees are $308, which is one of the, and by the way, we have one of the cheapest platform fees on Maya. One of the biggest, and the like OG Maya swap UI, Eldorado has like 0.72% affiliate fees, last time I checked. So, we've got one of the cheapest affiliate fees. But that being said, we still make on this swap, just so that you guys kind of have a vision of the future. One Bitcoin to 18.77 ETH would earn Leo $308 in affiliate fees. So now imagine that one swap is $150 in organic buying volume for Leo, and then $150 for Cacao, and then it pulls $300 total into the Leo Dash Cacao pool permanently. So pretty insane. Does LeoDex display the liquidity pools on Maya? Yeah, right now we have if you go to the UI, you can play around with it. If you click deposit, you can deposit assets into various Maya liquidity pools. Right now we have a very bare bones UI for that because we didn't want to clutter it. It's actually got pretty much the same UI as most of the other big Maya platforms. So you can't see like total liquidity in the pools, but you can deposit and then you can manage your liquidity position from the deposit page. So yeah, we wanted that live
Uh,
for when Leo goes live on Maya.
I'm actually surprised at how high the gas fees are
For Ethereum?
for, I mean, I guess for the Maya protocol. I mean, what is that? So it's Arbitrum based or
Well, it depends. The gas fee depends on which asset you're sending.
okay. So like I just well no swapping. So I just like as just like whatever random test. I have
Right.
like 100 rune up for USDT, which I guess is ETH, ERC20 USDT. And I guess that makes sense. Hold on, let me see if I do
Yeah, it's because of the Ethereum
a
side of that.
non-ETH. Yeah, a non, that makes sense now. Let me go to
Yeah, do 100 rune and then put in
yeah, so like for instance, Rune
cacao,
for cacao is nothing. It's,
25
well,
cents.
the gas fee is 25 cents, the platform fee is 26 bucks.
For how much?
A lot.
1,000 rune?
To buy 800 Rune to buy 4,700 cacao.
Yeah, I mean it's 0.45%, so $32. And like I said, one of the lowest
That was
affiliate
actually lower than
fees.
that. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it makes sense because yeah, like a little over $3 if you're gonna do 100 Rune. That's not bad. 25. Well, that's weird. Now it's not even showing no platform fee. Let's try this over.
Well, if
Yeah,
you
so
anything under
a thousand
$150,
dollars worth of Rune. Platform fees $4.50
yeah.
plus the
And
gas
yeah,
fee. So that's not
anything under
bad.
$150, there's no platform fee. RM Sacri said, with the new LeoDex UI, are we trying to compete with other Maya aggregators and be the best to collect all the fees? Is that the idea? A noob question? No, I don't think that's a noob question. Yeah, that is the goal. Is there's a friendly interface war. Actually, I'll share the link to this um, on the Maya scan block explorer. I'll share it in the threadcast right now. There's a section called interface wars, and you'll see that Maya's team has already listed LeoDex there. So we got to see you guys start to swap because we look pathetic right now. But obviously we just went live. In the last, you can see it pre-fills it to 30 days, but you can see LeoDex is number 8 on the exchange list with $405 in swap volume. Um, so, any swap that's done on LeoDex contributes to the volume that you see on the Maya scan UI. And obviously our goal, the goal I've set for the team is I want to see us in the top 3 of all UIs across Maya, which would give us approximately $12,000 a month plus in swap fees, in affiliate fees earning for Leo. So
So the
that
swap,
is the
okay.
goal.
So just to circle back, the platform fees are basically is the swap fee that is what liquidity providers earn or no?
There's a no, there's a swap fee in pools, and then there's a separate affiliate fee for UIs. That affiliate fee is given to the UI that you swap from.
Okay,
So when you swap from LeoDex, you're paying a small affiliate fee to Leo. And if you
that's
were to
what
swap
the
on, say, Cacao Swap, you would pay the same affiliate fee, but you'd pay it to Cacao Swap.
okay, that makes sense. And that's inside the platform fee?
It's built, yeah, it's the platform fee. It's built
Okay.
into that
And those fees basically go
to
to
Leo,
liquidity.
to Leo. The platform fee goes to Leo.
Okay. And but I'm saying that fee going to Leo, is that what's
Right. Then
then
100%
go
of those earnings buy Leo and buy Cacao and then pool them permanently.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. All right.
Obviously, a lot to
So
unpack. I mean, it's going to be
yeah.
for the next couple days, couple weeks. It's going to be a lot to unpack and talk about and teach people about. But that being said, I mean, it's really exciting for Leo as a platform. This could be, if you guys start to do like your, L1 Dex trading, especially when it comes to Hive, but even with other tokens, like you were saying with USDT or Rune, if you guys start to use LeoDex for those swaps, then Leo is going to start earning some massive swap volume. And as we climb the ranks, our goal is to gain adoption from other Maya users and obviously go from there. So definitely exciting times.
Yeah. I was just looking at the interface wars and I feel like we can easily jump up on that. I mean, heck, Asgard Desk is fourth in swap fees, and I said, I have that wallet and I never swap on it because I feel like the experience is miserable. So I don't see any reason why LeoDex can't shoot on up. Really, it's just about user base and eyeball. So obviously, they're more Thor chain um, integrated, so to speak, as far as community. But we'll see if we can steal some of the Thor heads.
Foreheads. Yeah, and so you guys will see like the full roadmap written out later, but the on the roadmap we are doing we've obviously got Maya Protocol now. We're gonna list Thor chain, and then we're also gonna do chain flip. Those are three different of the same variety, essentially, three different flavors. So we're gonna integrate all three and you'll be able to swap across whatever's the cheapest for the swap you input. Tash has said there'd be hundreds of thousands of dollars per month just from Hive related stuff. Yeah, I actually I did a lot of market research for this. The Hive token trades roughly $70 million per month. Obviously, it depends on the month, but just say $70 million per month on average on centralized exchanges. About 90% of that volume is Binance. 70 to 90% of that volume is on Binance. And if Leo were to capture 10% of that $70 million every month on LeoDex, that's obviously $7 million in monthly trading volume. And Leo would earn, based on the wrapping revenue and the affiliate fee revenue, Leo would earn about $70,000, close to it, like $65,000 per month in revenue. That would be buying and permanently pooling liquidity that would ultimately lead to more swaps. So it's kind of like this really nice flywheel effect that we're trying to build here, where the more swaps that happen, the more permanent liquidity gets added to the pools, and the more permanent liquidity that it gets out of the pools, the bigger the potential swaps that can happen. And that is, that flywheel just starts to spin. And as we get deeper and deeper liquidity, we'll see more swap volume coming into LeoDex as opposed to centralized exchanges. My goal is that you guys, when you think of buying Hive or selling Hive, you'll think of LeoDex as your first place to go to. when you want to get another crypto. So like, let's say you want to go from, USDT, Ethereum, or let's say you want to go from native Bitcoin into Hive. I want you to think of LeoDex as like the first place to quote out the swap and then compare it to what you would pay, obviously in terms of time, money, security on a centralized exchange and speed. I actually think it'll be way faster to use LeoDex than to use a centralized exchange for native Hive swaps. It like I've tested already, and you literally like going from, let's say you go from Rune to Hive, you can do that in under 3 minutes using LeoDex, and you can have native Hive in your wallet in under 3 minutes. It's pretty insane.
Sweet indeed. It looks like we are caught up in the Threadcast, and it is 2 o'clock. So we've been going a good while. Probably a good time to wrap it up.
Wrap it up, all of it into Aleo.
Yeah, there you go. And ideally, come before dinner time, everyone can chop it up with Leo on LeoDex.
Yeah, I'm kind of monitoring while we're live. The kind of monitoring the Maya protocol, looking for this update.
Tick tock, tick tock.
TikTok goes the clock. I think we are. I mean, I think we're pretty good for today for going live, but obviously we're kind of at the behest of Maya for this part of the update. But at least we got it
Indeed.
out to you guys in terms of the app, LeoDex. You guys can see it, start to use it for your other trading activities, and then obviously Hive and Leo will be up there soon.
Nice. Well, we shall see how the next week goes. We got a lot going on in the LeoVerse, and obviously the Bitcoin halving is getting close.
Very, very close. Yeah, I mean, in terms of crypto, things are nuts. I mean, we
In
just
fact,
went to 72 and now we're already back to 68. A
I
lot of
know. I was
wish-wash.
just thinking of that too. The halving, when's the halving estimated? Sometime
It's estimated for
20.
420.
It really is. I feel like somehow that's got to be manipulated for that to happen.
I don't know. I don't
That
know.
sucks. I'm around next Tuesday. 23rd is 50-50, which kind of sucks right after the halving, which
Every
that's
time you leave, everything goes up. So please,
per standard for the cat. So yeah,
please
I'll go
leave.
away right after the halving and full moon. I don't know. We'll see. I thought we'd get a post halving dump, but we're not really ripping into the halving unless this next week gets crazy. I mean, obviously we had a big move already this year, but you know what I mean.
I mean, a lot of people think it's bearish. I know Addicted's very bearish on the happening.
I really, I'm on board with a post having kind of weakness, which sucks because I was really hoping we'd get much higher before the halving and I could kind of, hedge.
Yeah,
But who knows? I mean, we're still a week and a half away, so Bitcoin can moon. I mean, it's not like we haven't seen Bitcoin move 10 points in the matter of a day or two many, many times.
true.
So
Yeah, I
we
mean,
could literally have three good days and be at 85K. But no doubt. All right,
yeah.
cool. Well, looking forward to LeoDex and Leo going live. And we'll see everyone next Tuesday. Until
Next
then,
Tuesday. Yeah, and Leo will be live probably today on Maya, and you'll be able to pool. So keep your eyes open for that. I'm working on a blog post that will announce all of the LeoDex stuff. So keep an eye out on the Leo Finance blog on
I'll pull
Hive. Obviously, the X accounts, all the stuff.
I'll pull tomorrow when XDeFi goes live since I'm just going to be lazy and not move stuff to my key store.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Cool.
Hopefully,
All right,
XDeFi will be
everyone.
live today. We will.
Even better.
Yeah, keep an eye
I'll
out.
check at midnight.
Keep an eye out. Discord announcements, X threads. We'll announce when things like XDeFi go live. All of the things. But play
Cool
around with
deal.
Keystore too. Don't be afraid to play around with it. You know, I mean,
No, key store's
don't put
done,
your whole
Randy.
net worth in there, but don't be afraid either.
Before we go, Addicted asked, is Leo running a Maya node? Is this required for running a front end and charging the affiliate fee, or can this be done by connecting to another node's API?
We are working on a RPC node for Maya, which is different than a full, a validator node. But we are planning to do a validator node as well.
Cool.
Sweet. Well, we'll see you guys on Maya then and on
Cool.
LeoDex.
All right, everyone. See you next week.